everybody. This is Mickey D back with Stationeers Season 2, Episode 47? Yes. So, I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with the perch now that I've slept. And that should... So how did we have them set up? Hey, Beelzebub. Oh, we put it in all of them. Why? Well, let's just start on the water. We don't really actually... Let's start with something that we know that's contaminated. So we don't need one there. Hey, Tommy. Oop. Yeah, I'm going to deconstruct that. And yeah, I wish you could actually like grab stuff and, I mean, you can, but you can't like, grab it and you can put it somewhere, but if there's not a spot to put it, then, oh, it's going to, it clips off the pipe. So this should be
Hanger critical.
That's our filter input. Unfiltered filter export. So if that's open, it should be pulling everything that's not... It shouldn't be contaminating though. I'm trying to get the purge system set up, and for some reason it's not cooperating. I'm pretty sure this is all we did last time, but I don't know. I was thinking about doing it, and I kind of wanted to do it because I know they're doing the play test. Okay, maybe it is working now. Yes, the CO2s. For some reason last night it wasn't working. But yeah, it's pulling out the other gases. So we should get to 100%. It should be fine. All right. Now, yes, I was thinking about doing one. It just hasn't been that high of a priority because they've made some tweaks to the existing. Now, if we open this one up, that should purge out our CO2 as well. All right, hang on. So they've made some tweaks, but there's nothing all-shattering new opposed to what was in the last pay test. They rebalanced it so if you're in a faction, the progression unlocks is faction based. So, which was one of my concerns, because if you join a faction, an already established faction or something, then you have to basically, before you can do anything, you have to build one of everything. So they did address that. They did some rebalancing issues on, and some bug fixing, basically. So you start off with a gun now, which you didn't do with like 3 clips, like how it used to be, because, basically somebody who started off had no way to defend themselves. So if you're on a PvP server, somebody could just come over and kill you, and that would be it. So they did do that. They did some bug fixes. I put in a bug report for the, the hydrogen engine not consuming the hydrogen, and I did get a response back that they fixed that bug. But it just sounds like it's some basically minor balancing issues. So I do like the new blocks and stuff, but it's the thing is like, the playtest will end on basically another day or two. And then, we can't really progress anymore because we'll lose access to it until the next playtest. So I haven't really decided. We do have the regular Space Engineers playthrough that we were doing, which I could do some on that, because that's something that we can, progress for. And a lot of problems is servers are starting to wipe because they're jumping the gun on, the playtest being released. And shoot. Uh, so there was one of them that I was on that was, yeah. See, now it's not working right. Now it's. See, that's not how it was before. So now that we open this up, it's basically allowed the O2 and the CO2 to mix back in the tank. And we basically just now we've got more CO2 than we had in the tank. I mean, I guess we could limit it to, we can only purge one tank at a time. That will work. But I don't remember having that issue before. But I wanted to do a stream on Panthropy, maybe Genesis Alpha 1, and hey, Zop. We added a new tank over here, so a couple episodes ago. It's the only new tank. But we were going through, we got the ACs are automated, so they'll power on and off as needed to maintain the temperatures. The filters are automated, so as you can see, that one's clicking on and off. Yeah, see, it's pulling out. There's a little bit of N2 coming in, which I think is coming out of this tank. And then, but I was going to set up the purge system because we still have some contamination, especially in this line, kind of like over here, tying in the oxygen. So we've got to get that cleared out. And basically it's just made a mess. So I had the CO2 tank and the O2 tank open at the same time, and it basically just mixed the contents between the two, which really I mean, I don't know. I can see why, and it's because this is interconnected. So now it's coming down through here. We did not have that problem before, though. So I'm wondering if how. So that's our filtered output. And this is our main line. And last time we had the ACs over here, we had the filters over here, and literally it was the exact same thing. We just had, this was connected around the front, just like that is. And I'm wondering if it's where we have that located this time. Yes. Yes, this is the one main line. So that everything is coming down through, and this is where it comes in from outside. But now the problem is that when we open this valve up, it's exposing this to the main line, which is what it was doing before. But I don't see why, because our filtered output, see, it's almost like this, and this worked perfectly last time before. I mean, if this was like this, but then we're going to pull basically just everything from the tank and pull it back through. But we obviously, now we're not connected to the main line. But we had it with one valve before. And it should be running a lot faster than that. I mean, that should be... See, and now... Well, now we can't pull out of there, the O2. but the CO2 should be dropping. And see, now nothing's filtering out again. This is the issue we ran into. I have a feeling they broke something with the pipes when they did the update yesterday. Because it seems like if we have... Because it was working a minute ago. Well, now see, now it's dropping again. It's like for some reason, if this is not connected in with it, it's like I think the valves are broken. Oh no, they open up though. Yeah, there's something funky going on with the valves though. But now we can see the carbon dioxide's dropping, which is as it should be. I mean, I guess we could just do it this way, but I was trying to see what the difference is on the original setup. Oh, did they mess up the vents too? What did they mess up on the vents? The active or the passive? Are they not pulling through right? I mean, we could just ignore this for now. But that's kind of where we're at, is we got to run all the pipes for the pressurizing and depressurizing the base. I mean, it's kind of really the only thing we have left to work on. And our new radiator setup's working awesome up there. Or it was. Now that we're closer to the temperature, it doesn't work as well. Oh, the positives you can't paste at all? Oh. Yeah, we haven't tried to place any since they did it. I mean, I love the change. And having that, you know, ability to merge in lines and stuff. With the pipes and whatnot. But, yeah, it's definitely... Huh. But it's, yeah, there's definitely funky stuff going on to the pipe network. And I was hoping it was just a matter of me not having, you know, having it set up right. But, really, hang on a second here. Because what I did is I actually went back and looked at the first season. The first season to let me see here, to see, and it seemed like fine. Huh. Yeah, I think our passive vents are still mounted because we've got a few outside. And give me a second, I have to go back quite a ways. I could have actually probably gone easier just to go to the playlist. And I think it was back around episode, I think 64. A little bit farther back than that. Oh, maybe it wasn't overhauling tank, filtration, purge system, AC logic. Gas cooling. I think it's the purge system AC logic. Yes. And make sure I turn the volume off on it. Yeah, and all we did was branch, and I do have, well, I have the AC and the, yeah, the AC and the filter are switched, but, yeah, all we did is just open up a, oh, wait a minute. think that's the... So the output... Well, no, yeah, that does. That connects the main line. Yeah, that's how we had it before. Oh, you know what? Did we have... No, that's the waste on the AC. Okay. So yeah, the main line came into the waste and the filtration. Yeah, we have it set up exactly the same way as it was, and it was working perfectly fine. Um, oh, okay, I guess we're having an autosave going on. No, I pulled up, that's why I was saying hang on. I pulled up the, stream for the season, the episode for season 1 to try to look. Yeah, so we had it exactly the same way. We had mainline come in, and then it tied here and here together, and then this was tied out. And yeah, all we were doing is I just added one valve. It was just that the filter was here, so the valve was here. But it's the same thing. Because when you do open this, it does combine it in with the main line. But it should let... I guess maybe it's just a matter of we can only have one open at a time. Maybe I didn't realize that before. I might look at changing that setup a little bit. That's why we need a check valve. You know, we need a valve that it only lets it run one way, which, yes, we could do that with a volume pump, but that's going to be slower, and I don't really want to do a volume pump because then we're going to be pumping out the tank, and we could end up overpressurizing. But, I mean, it is working. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just let it run. We can just only purge one tank at a time. So, anyway, I just, maybe we'll revisit that setup later on, because I don't like that. You know, it would be ideal to have... Yeah, we literally just had these reversed last time. So, and it was the, you know, exact same thing. If this was the main line coming in, it tied in off of here, and all we did is just had a valve right there. So we'd open that up, and it would feed back into the main line, basically, and let it filter through. So basically it pulled everything out. Except obviously it's going to leave the oxygen. It's not going to grab the oxygen because it's outputting it back to that side. Yeah, so it's working though. I mean, obviously we just can't have multiple tanks because then they're going to flow into each other. So we've got to go through. I think thankfully it's only the CO2 and only the oxygen tanks that are contaminated. The pollution tank is actually contaminated as well, but they're the waste. The pollution tank, but I'm not really as concerned about that one. We should purge that out a little bit. We get a little bit better transfer on the heat, but I think it's only like a couple, maybe a couple % total of contamination. And we still got to get the contamination out of this line. Yeah, see where... Oh, is it dropping? Okay, yeah, because that's off the tank. So we should be good. So, and then obviously it's not going to drop after the valve. But we can, yeah, once this is at 100%, which is actually going to be really soon, then we can shut that off. I don't know why it's not pulling the pollution out, though. Oh, I know why. The pollution is currently isolated because the digital valve is not open on this side, which is going to be overridden by the circuit outside. But that's why once that valve's open, because the pollution is actually on the other side of that valve now, where opposed before it used to be on the same side. So that's a little bit of a, you know, if we want to pull the pollution out, we're going to have to either change that or just wait until the valve opens up. Because obviously we don't want pollution in our oxygen. That's not going to be good. All right. Anyway, we're going to let that, we'll just check back in it in a minute or two. And we should, actually, while we have this out, let's check all the other tanks. So, yeah, nothing but nitrogen, nothing but water, nothing but hydrogen. So it's only our CO2. And once our O2 is completely purged, then we can run that. Now, the other option is we could, which I was considering, actually, he might have the script done. And I think this is it right here, tank valve, tank ratio, flush, ratio oxygen. So this would be an IC for it, which basically we just do. Oh no, that's only set up for one. I thought he set it up for two purge valves. Right. Okay, here's the one set up for two. So we have a tank valve and a waste valve. Confirm. So that would be the way we do it too, is we just do it with two digital valves. Put one valve here, one valve there, and then it'll isolate it from the main line. And it would basically close this valve, open this valve. Yes, yeah, it's not difficult to get them contaminated. Do we have anything else laying around? No, we picked everything else up. All right, so we could, yeah, and then that would let us purge multiple systems at once. So maybe we'll do that real quick. I want to test that out and make sure that the IC code's working before we, and I think we're actually out of IC circuits. Yeah, we got our IC holders. So we will make some IC holders. Or housings, I guess I should say, not holders. But, all right. The tanks are not, I think we got it straightened out now. Yeah, they were being a little funky, but I could have swore we were able to open because I could have swore before we opened them all up and they did not cross-contaminate. But we're going to put an IC circuit in that'll keep that from happening anyway. All right, I'm going to let that run, and I think we actually have a few digital valves. We only need one circuit for now, so we'll go ahead and do that. I know we had pressure regulators, which I actually needed to wipe out. Volume pump. Oh, maybe we don't have any digital valves. No, we just have regular. Unless there's some outside somewhere. Oh, unless there's one right there. We need more than one, though. All right. Yeah, we need another digital valve. And I'm pretty sure those are the only ones we had. All right. Yeah, we just started up not too long ago, so we're pretty much about where we left off last night. I didn't get in quite as early as I planned. Okay. Yeah, we'll try one for now. Oop, 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 oop. Should really... Oh. Yeah, not the button. Thank you. All right, let's try this. And we should have some wiring on us. Our CO2 filter is getting pretty low there. Alright, so if we... where do we want to put that? I guess we're going to stick it down right. Oh, look, you can... oh, I didn't actually realize that. You can put a housing over... oh, you used to not be able to do that. We'll stick it like there'll work. Okay, so we're gonna pop that one off. Put a digital valve there. And then we're gonna pop this one off. Ooh. Oh, that'll work. It's all the same circuit, I think. Hopefully, yeah, we should be able to do that. Oh, actually, flip it around. That'll work very nicely. All right, so let's do wiring. Yes. Yes, I forget that from time to time, though. Oh, that's annoying. That's fine. I guess we'll just run it. I'm gonna have to run that farther than I planned because we won't get power off of it that way. Yeah, we're gonna see if this... okay, there we go. So now if we have that one on, that one off, if we open up the other one, it's not going to cross-contaminate because it can't come back through into the main line. I'm not sure what's on today's agenda exactly. I actually want to stream a couple other games today as well, so I'm not sure what all we're going to do in Stationeers. Definitely I want to get this purge system set up since it's kind of what we were working on. And then really after that is we've got to get the base set up to run O2 to pressurize, which we're probably not going to have. We've got some more oxides, but we've got to collect massive amounts of oxides. 2 digital valves. We've got to isolate the main line. Otherwise, it cross-contaminates if we have more than one open. If we only open one up at a time, then the one valve's fine. But if you have any gases come in, it's just going to cross-contaminate again. So it makes sense to just have two digital valves. The only other way I can think of is if I no, because we still need like a check valve or something. Okay, so you have a tank valve and you have a waste valve. All right. So we're going to name this one is going to be the waste valve. I'm so surprised I didn't tear my suit. So this is going to be the O2 waste valve. And this is going to be the O2 tank. Yes, I saved it last night before I logged off. So yeah, this is the one that's set up for the 2. So we should, if we turn it on, turn it off, and then, so we should be able to do O2 tank. Once we get to the pretty sure that was renamed O2. Tank valve. Okay, oh, yes, O2 tank. So O2 tank valve. Tank valve, and then the O2 waste valve. And we'll see. Oh, we got an autosave. I love that. When you're clicking through this thing and you don't know if it's actually moving or not. Usually you can tell though, but sometimes you get stuck on something like lights. All right, there we go. So O2 waste valve, and that should be it. Now if we turn this on, and that's oh, did we already hit? Did we hit 100% in the tank? We can't have hit 100% in the tank. No. Oh, it is technically at 100%, but it. Wow. I teleported on top of a crate. That's interesting. Okay, so technically that works, but that doesn't work. Because, yes, it's 100%, but it's still contaminated. So we might just have to do it manually. Oops. So if we turn that off, we close that one, and we open that one. Because obviously, unless there's a way to read, I mean, obviously it's rounding, because it's like 99.9999999% is what it would be doing. And then it's just going to have to run. That's it. Did it stop working again? I mean, it's 0.02 moles. It should still be pulling it out. Now we're at 0.02 C. Oh, that's weird. Why is the tank reading different than 0.02 C moles, but 0.02 moles? Interesting. But it's still not pulling it out. Okay. Yeah, it should be pulling that out of there. 0.07. Oh, you know why? No, it's on. Oh, it's flicking on and off. Yeah, because it's not reading enough in the... Oh, well, yeah, it should put it out through the wayside. I mean, 0.007, yeah. 0.007. All right. I don't know why it's not. It should be pulling the rest of that out. I guess we'll just let it run and see if it does. I mean, it's such a slow amount. It should still be pulling it out. The filter's not shut. No, we're at 75%. So we're still good. Yeah, and if we turn that off and turn that on, that should let it pull out any oxygen as normal. But, yeah, we definitely want that shut off. And then that. It's almost like now the digital valve's not working. But it was obviously working because we're down to like 100%. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just let it run and see. There's definitely some weird stuff going on, though. since they did the pipe overhaul. But I don't know if it's worth setting a circuit up for it because it doesn't get it down to a complete 100%. So if that one's shut off, I mean, at that point, we could just put a manual in. So same thing. You know, if we disconnect that, put that in, shut that one off. Turn that one on. Then we should see our CO2 filtering out. Yeah, it's like they randomly stop working. I mean, I think there's something really. It's like the atmospherics is crashing partially, but it's not crashing it completely. It's like crashing it for the pipe network, and then it's not updating. Because obviously that should be pulling off right now. I mean, the filter's running constant, and it should be outputting to the waistline. I mean, we're getting into. I mean, unless it's just running so. I don't know, because it was working earlier. It's like they work hit or miss. Yeah, there's something funky going on there. And unfortunately, this is kind of like the area we're at, is we basically need to do O2 line. See, and now that pipe is updated. Well, nope. See, the tank is still at 0.02 mole, and then we're 2 C moles. It's just not reading it the same for some reason. They've got the one's reading it in C moles, and the other one's reading it in moles. But yeah, basically the same thing. I don't know why they need to do a little bit of standardization there. But yeah, see, it's not running. It's not actually pulling out the CO2. Yeah, there's some weird, because it was, I mean, we were at like 88% in there, and now it's up to 100%. It's just not pulling out the last little bit. This one isn't doing anything at all. So yeah, it's like the pipe network is crashing, and there's nothing really. I mean, I can try leaving the session, coming back in, and see if that fixes it. I guess. Let's try that real quick. Let's. Is it? I counted 30 seconds. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. I mean, it could just be because it's a Saturday afternoon and maybe they got a lot of congestion. Okay, I'm going to overwrite this. I'm going to reload the world, or reload the session, and see if that gets those running again. Because this is kind of the same thing we were running into last night. Is it seemed to start working and then it stopped. And I have a feeling they broke something with the pipe networks with the updated pipe and wiring cabling system there. Well, maybe it's Sunday morning for you. Exit. All right, we'll try popping back in, see if it starts working again. If it does, it's just, we'll have to work around it. I don't know. I mean, they are usually pretty good about fixing stuff like that. Oh, see, it's 3:53 p.m. for me. See, So, let us see if this takes care of it or not. All right. And I don't know. I mean, if this is broken for now, then I guess we could still run pipes. Yes, yes. But unfortunately, I kind of, well, I guess it's not really unfortunately. I have to do my streams earlier now. For now. And then it'll be back to doing my streams extremely late again. Or early, depending on the time zone you're in. But that's the good thing about YouTube, Twitch, whatnot, is you can always watch them at a later date. So yeah, it's still not running now. They didn't break. So we have 17. Wow, temperature's dropping. Oh, it must be night. Yeah, temperature's, oh, that's the room. Come on, come on. Thank you, Pipe Network. So we've got 4.3 in there. 2.2, which we shouldn't even really have. I mean, see, it's not pulling the 1% out of there. Maybe it's not the... I don't see where... I don't know why the into is... Yes. Why is the pressure increasing? It's like we have nitrogen coming in from somewhere. Oh, I wonder if that's from the greenhouse. No, we shouldn't be getting nitrogen from the greenhouse. Yeah, there's something weird, because I don't know why that's flickering back and forth, unless it's just on the, some infinitesimal small amount. Now, if I force this on for a second, is it fast enough to let anything in? We're at 2. I don't think it's actually... I don't really want to pull this up, because this is tied into the circuit. Oh, I guess I could go turn off the IC. Let's do that. We'll go turn off the IC, open that up. I want to see if it makes a difference if we pump some gases into the system. Because I'm wondering if maybe it's the... we should probably turn that off. I'm wondering if maybe it's not the pipes, it's the filtrations that are broken. Where's that circuit at? Oh, da, 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 da. Should be... Yeah, that one. Because that one's running the ACs. Yeah, and I have all the intakes turned off. So it shouldn't be... Oh, yeah, I can still see is our... Oh, yeah, see, ours are still placed. So I guess if they were placed before, then it doesn't cause an issue. It just must be you can't place new ones. Oh, 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 oh. All right. So I should be able to open this valve up now. Yeah, see, the O2 filter's not pulling anything in. Yeah, I have a feeling the issue's with the filtration, not with... Oh, okay, never mind. Hang on. Hang on. Turn the valve off. Turn the valve on. It's still not pulling anything in. So it's either an issue with the digital valves or it's an issue with the filters themselves. $160. Why is our pressure so much? 7.7. The N2O is pulling in. Oh, I wonder if they... The N2O is pulling in. Now, I think the only thing different with the N2O is, for one, it has two filters. And for two, I believe they're the heavy filters and not the lower filters. Now, N2 just dropped slightly, but that might just be because of the pressure change or temperature change. Now, H2 just dropped a little bit. Yeah, they're... 66, 7.7, 166. Why? It's just a valve. It should be... I mean, look at the ratios on the different 7.7 kmol, 166 kmol, or 166 mole. I mean, technically it's pulling through, so it should be... But, yeah, I don't know. It's like the O2 filter's not working. Let me try putting another O2 filter in. Actually, let me just take these two. And actually, let's just turn that off, because I may have just... No, we're still the same. Okay. I'm wondering if maybe we need to have the two filters in. Yeah, there's something weird going on there, though, definitely. They're not working consistently. And we can go ahead and make heavy oxygen filters, because we do have the resources. Oh, they take a little while, though. All right. Give me that. Give me that. Oh, let's do that. 20, 20, 20. That's fine. I want to get rid of that. Eventually, get rid of that crate there. So let's do some cleanup while we... really? One more pipe section? Alright. Now, we might have two... give me that one. That's the old one. We're going to try recycling it. See if... Oh, hang on a second. We've gotten one filter, so we still need one more. I haven't, I didn't look at it yet. Okay, you can recycle. What percentage? We must be, okay, yeah. I was gonna say we must be almost done. Alright, let's see if filters make a difference here. We'll put one in, see if it works. And then we'll try the two, because maybe they've... No, still sitting at 7.7 kmol. That dropped 1 mole. Okay, so if we put two filters in, it dropped. Okay, so that's pulling out. But why is the O2 not dropping on this side? I mean, I guess unless it's just so high that we're not seeing the digits down. That's just taking forever, though. I mean, it's not that much in the line. It's like they're running way, 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 way slower. Especially since it's kind of usually opposite that they run, the higher the concentration, the faster it goes. Okay, I guess it is just working. I mean, maybe they just severely nerfed them. Alright, well, we'll just let it run. Yeah, I mean, it's slowly, ever so slowly. Alright, well, and let's see where our CO2's at then. %. Yeah, see, it was running way faster earlier. I mean, our O2, we watched it completely change out pretty fast. Go from 88 to 100% pretty fast. And this is obviously running way, way slower. I don't know. There is definitely some bug there. I don't know if it's something that's just affecting the performance or if it's the valves are... that's a way to test it. Hang on here. Let me try this. So we're at 89% and 27.8. Well, okay, let's look at the oxygen. We're at 11 or 3.6 kmol. Not that. Do that. So if we pull the pipe out, if we put a pipe in, I'm just wondering if maybe the valves are restricting the flow so much. .7. No, we're still at 3.7. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. I mean, that should be dumping everything out that's not CO2. Yeah, I don't know. It's running at some insanely slow speed, though. All right. Anyway. And yes, I know I left my wrench in there. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to ignore filters for now. What? What? No, that's the input. No, that's the input. This goes to the tank right here. This goes to the AC line. The AC output is, the AC is just recirculating off the system. And then that's our tank output, and then it runs over to, go up to like the greenhouses and whatnot. So that's our output side. What it does is it just recirculates. So in normal mode, when this is shut off, this comes in from the main line, filters out, and then it can just recirculate it to temperature. And it obviously equalize through the network. But when we want to purge it, it's supposed to be shut off that valve, basically. Open that valve, it's going to recirculate the contents of the tank and just output the waste. So anything that's not CO2 will get pulled out of the tank. What? I know the AC line's contaminated. It's been contaminated since we placed it because we didn't have it pre-filled before we started running it. So it dumped stuff in from the tanks before it got up to the pressure. Yeah, we know that's contaminated. And that's, we got to go outside and do the same thing for the pollution. It needs 2 valves out there to recirculate that. And then that'll clear out the waistline. Yeah, this one right here needs to be set up on a recirculation as well. So we're going to want to pick these up first of all. And then there's our input. Oh, and we got an autosave. Yeah, there's definitely, actually, while that's doing that, oh, yeah, except I can't, it doesn't usually want to pop it over. What's going on with your... What are you showing me on your... Oh, because it's showing 80.6 and then you're showing 80.5. That should be MPA on your... Well, no, that wouldn't be right. Yeah, it looks like the reader's showing... It's actually showing MPA instead of KPA. It's showing the correct temperature. They've had an issue with that before where they were showing the wrong... the wrong measurement, basically. So we want to do that. And we don't really care if it drops down there. So if we put that there, because that's our unfiltered, that's our input. So if we shut that off, and what we're going to want to do... Oh, are we going to have room to run this? We need to run... we might have to move this to do this. Because we need to tie back into... We need to tie that back into our input so we can recirculate it. And I might just end up moving all these because this has been... I should have left more space in between these. Okay. So... yeah, if we pulled that up, which we need to... Oh, wait. Oh, you're not going to let me pull it. Oh, they are completely like... Oh, there it goes. All right, we can just do this. We'll take one of the intakes off.
Suit damage. High pressure.
What? What? What did I... Why did my... Oh, I guess it just glitched. Awesome.
Oxygen
And we can't run those
low.
there anyway, which is highly
Oxygen
annoying.
critical.
Oh, yeah, pipe burst. Ooh.
Pressure critical.
Ow. Why did we have, why did we there's so much gas coming out. Filter off. Filter off. Valve off. I don't know why it would have ruptured. I'm sure if I think about it, I'll realize why, but...
Oxygen critical.
think it should have. We actually ever going to
Pressure
pass out?
critical.
I'm cold. I guess we're just going to stay around without a helmet on. Or a suit. Fine, since you don't actually want to kill us.
Cognition low.
Do we actually have any? Oh, there's a helmet.
Power critical.
Awesome. That's fine. Oh, now, yes, now you see where we're going to pass out. At least you don't lose your backpack usually. So that's pretty good. All right. Oh, do, 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 do. Wow, this is being like a pain in the butt. I still don't get why... why that line wanted to blow. It's not... We shouldn't have been high enough on the... I mean, it wasn't... We weren't that high. We shouldn't... Yeah, it's because it's automated. That's fine. I've already put that back, so... And I'm like stuck. Why does something on this seems wrong though? That's our main line coming in. Yeah, because it was separating the waste out. So this goes down to our... Oh, this is the vent for that. Which should not be dumping in. That... Yeah, is normally open because it's circulating through. So really, we need to actually have this run down around this way because we don't want to shut that off ever. Otherwise, if we have this purging, it's going to... That would be... Then we would have stuff blow. But we didn't have anything in the system, so it should have been fine because this is set up to pressure out to 0. Which is strange that it's not... Oh, it's set to like 10 kPa. Just so it didn't try to run 100% of the time. But that's our waistline. So that would have been equalized with that tank, which was only like... Well, we already opened that up. So that was pretty much only a couple MPa. So the line should not have blown. Unless it was just sending a ton of unfiltered stuff out, but there shouldn't be really anything unfiltered to come out. What are we at? I don't know. Unless these filters get... So, we want X, which we're 99%. But we've got to... I'm probably going to have to move this filter somewhere because it's not... Or unless I just pull these intakes out, which is... We could do that too. Actually, I think either way... Because that line has to cross... Oh, you know what we could do? Actually... I got a good idea. I think I see a way we can do this. All right, let's go grab some pipe. No, I see what we can do. And it'll fix the issue with that smeltery being on after there as well. What we'll do is we'll move the line over 1. And then that will give us room to run the bypass back up through. And I think I should already have valves out there. I'm not going to need that much pipe, but might as well grab it. All right. Yeah, I'd still like to know what is, well, this usually is a pretty simple setup, but I have a feeling there's something going on with the pipe networks or the filters. This is just more we have to make room for this line. So what we can do is if we disconnect that, we're going to run this down and tie it in on this side, which is fine because we want this to run all the time. And we might actually have to move it over a little bit more. Hey, Mr. Montouk. And I forgot that we could actually... son of a bit. Why does it keep blowing that line?
Temperature critical. Oxygen critical. Oxygen low.
We don't have another helmet either.
Pressure
All right.
critical.
For some reason,
Temperature
you know what we're going to
critical.
do? Just exit, leave the session. Exit. I know. And I don't see why it keeps blowing that line. It shouldn't. There's nothing coming through. The only thing that's circulating is the ACs, and those come around on the back side. And we're not disconnecting the tank. I mean, we're not disconnecting any tanks. So we're just going to roll back before I died. Which is 10 minutes ago. Fine. That's fine. That's when we were out there anyway. Look, it's right before we started. Oh, and what are we? Oh. Oh, wait for it to respond. All right, while it's loading up, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay. I am back. What? No, my CO2 and O2 tanks aren't contaminated. I've got them shut off. Yes. Um, yeah, the filters are way slower. Oh, the CO2 and O2 tanks was that those were already contaminated. That's why we were trying to purge them. We just still mixed them up more because I had them last night. I had both purge valves opened at the same time, but those were already contaminated. That's why we were working at it. They haven't. It has to do with the update to the cabling and the pipes that where they made them so that you can merge them together. They did something with that. Um, so the question is why does this line keep blowing? There shouldn't be anything running through this line. We're at 3 MPa. Well, it's tied into the waistline, but it shouldn't be pumping anything through. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull this up, and we're just going to cut the power. If I can actually get to the cable. Thank you. There. So we shouldn't have anything. There's nothing in that. That's empty. And this just runs to the radiator system. Well, actually, this runs to the radiator system. This pumps into the radiator system. So this return line. No, yeah, now you decide to switch. It's 2.97. Yeah, see, this is our radiator system, which is... Oh, actually, no. That's our input on our waistline. Yes, because what it's doing is it's pulling pollution off. Hey, fat boy. All right, so we are going to disconnect. We want to leave that. We're going to disconnect that. And disconnect that. Now, not increasing in pressure. Not increasing in pressure. I can't read that one. But not increasing in pressure. Okay. I don't get why that was. There shouldn't be anything running through that right now. We haven't smelted anything in a while, so I don't get why that kept blowing. But anyway, because we're not pulling off enough line to like back up the pressure on it. But really, all we want to do is somehow we need a line crossing from. Okay, we're gonna have to pull this back farther. And what we're going to want to do is out here. Give me a corner. Yes, see, they added that, which is nice. But that's what screwed everything up so far. There. 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 And I'm going to bring that back, that back. We're going to put a valve there. That'll do our recirculate between our input and our outputs. So we need, this'll be, that's going to be a problem. so we only have, what? How do we not have a pipe going the other way? Wait, what? What? That makes no sense. Oh, because it's just showing red and, oh, because it's the cable. Okay, yeah, there's a line running there. There's obviously not a line running there. There's nothing down below. Okay. No, it's not going to go kaboom. So we need to change this to a T. Or a junction. Sorry. Oh, a T junction. Thank you. That's what we want. Right there. We're going to pull that off. And that's still not... that's not going to work either. We got to pull it back one more. So we're going to want this to be a junction. And that was input. We might not want that inputting. We're going to have to do it for now. All right. Only a room called pipe network X6 and everything in between is only has. Okay. So, can we pull off? Let's go ahead and get access to this. This one's gonna be. I should have just like moved the machine. We still would have had to redone all the pipes as well anyway. Okay, so we're gonna pull that back. Actually, what is that? What is that line running from? Oh, that's the waste coming back from the furnace. Okay, so yeah, that ties into our waste line. Oh, so we could actually tie in over there instead. Interesting. We'd have to come through this wall, though, and pop over that way. And we might actually do that, because that would let us isolate that. All right, let's do this. Here I was thinking, oh, we're not going to use that much pipe. Yeah, no, we're going to use pipe, all right. Uh-oh. Oh, yes, they changed that. That's right. Because you used to not be able to put stuff in those spots. Not the wall. Come on. Actually, we can do... Yeah, that's right. We get the merge. We get the power of the merge now. Okay. So there. Those are now inputting into the waistline. Because this is our main waistline right now. Technically, that should be inputting... that's the radiator system. That's fine. Yep. So that's the main waistline. Now, if this will be nice, we can do this. We can put a valve there. That's still tying back. This, at some point, needs to be brought back down to tie into our waste system. And this is our we need a valve there. Do we want to do a junction on that? I want to do a junction there. Oh. Come on. I know it. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we rolled back. Yeah, that's why I don't have like 40 pipes on me. All right. Yes. So, pipes. Okay, I was going to say, I know we'd already made the pipes. All right, let's grab a couple of sets. Yeah, because we're doing basically the same thing here. We need to shut off between our unfiltered and our intake. And then we need one between the tank. And we have another... I think we need to bring out a valve too. I'm not sure. I don't remember what all we have out there now. I don't think so. Well, I don't think we have one out there. I think we have one. I don't think we have two. Unless that's a stack. So, yes, our filtered output. Run into there. And then, yeah, we're going to want a valve here. Honestly, we could have probably, actually, I don't know if it'll let me put one there. But we need to run the line over anyway. So we open that up. And then, oh, we did have 5 out here.
Hanger critical.
And then that way, that's an awesome spot for that. If we close that and then open that, it's going to let it recirculate. But we're still going to have an issue on... This setup over here doesn't work that well. This is like a horrible placement for this. Because now... now that our pipe is running back in front of it, we've got to avoid it. Alright, we might just have to move this whole machine to do this. I don't think this is going to work. I mean, that would be correct. There. There's our input and our unfiltered. So it's going to come through. We might... I don't think we can move that. We'd actually have to move that back one more. Because we need that loop to be before that valve on the filter side. And we don't, yeah, we don't want to have it like that. That's not going to work. We're going to have to move this. Okay. The question is where do we move it to? I think we're gonna have to extend off on this side. I don't think we have any other spot over here to put it, unless I get rid of these. I could just get rid of these as well, because we don't necessarily need these right here. We're still gonna have, this is the waistline getting cooled. Yeah, and there's our radiator line coming through. Oh, maybe we could stick it back here. Maybe we'll just turn around the... Maybe we'll just do it on the back side. That might work. And then we can just rep. We'll just tie off over it that way. And then we'll have a shut-off valve. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to rip these out. It's not going to work with the layout that we have right now. So pull those out. And these can really be moved somewhere else anyway. It's been bothering me that these are in here anyway, because I've been having so much trouble getting by to check the ACs. So yeah, this'll probably work out better overall anyway. Okay, and let's pull up. Yeah, that way we won't have all this. Oh, that's right, you can't stack those either. That's really annoying. Yeah, getting pull that up. Thank you. Stack all this stuff together. Yeah, we're going to pull up cooling. So we're going to need 1 atmospherics down here. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. And then we'll just pull all those up so we can get to everything. And we shouldn't, famous last words, we shouldn't need to get into these, but hey, why not? We're already pulling up everything else. All right. So what we can do is pull up all this pipe that is, first of all, no longer needed. Yeah, we'll find somewhere better to put those. Okay. Oh, stop it. All right, yeah, because this is becoming a giant mess out here. Honestly, I probably should have just done this from the beginning. Okay. And we'll clean this up. And I didn't like that valve being stuck in the wall anyway. It was kind of a... I was like, oh, that's going to be a problem later on. If I can get to it. I gotta close that back up too, because that's gonna be annoying. Hey, Zane. Okay. Ah, thank you. Alright, first things first. Let's get this hooked up the way it should be. So yes, this is the input with the tank. And then we want this input to tie into it. As well. And what we're going to do is just come straight. Oh, that's why we had the zag, because the wiring was in the way. Oh, that's fine, because we need to tie back in over here anyway. Yes, and then we need to tie into the ACs. Okay, so that's all tied back together. Now we're going to straighten out the wiring. And actually, before I do that, there. Since we won't accidentally fall in there anymore. All right, so yes, wiring. Okay. Let's get a gold bar. Okay, so we're gonna rehook that up. Come in, come in. There are two? Right there. Right there. And I think there's, yeah, one there. One there. One there. What? Oh, it's actually trying to, oh, interesting. So if you do, since you can merge them now, it'll actually just show it as you can still place a cable. I was like, I know we didn't need that much wire. So that should be, that's got power. Why isn't this? Oh, we have that turned off. That's right. Okay, yep, we can turn that back on now. That's fine. And now we're going to need to run. That's for the pump for the radiator, which was on this circuit, I do believe. Yes, it should stay on because this is a separate circuit. We don't want to tie into that. Okay, now that should have power again. Yes, so we're all set there. So that's for the radiator. Now we want to bring this line back around because that's going to be our filtered output. All right, oh, this will be so much better to walk through here now. That'll be nice. That'll be a nice improvement. Now we have two options. I can either run around the outside that way, which is what I think I'm leaning towards, just because it'll keep more mess out of here. Because we're either going to have to come around, down around this side to the filtration, or we come out the filtration on this. Actually, we should probably just place the filtration first. And then see, oh, not that. Not that. Atmospherics. Thank you. So our output's on that. That's kind of annoying. Oh, that's the air. It's this going to be the same thing on the filter, isn't it? Yeah, because this is our input pipe. That's what we're pulling off of. I guess we could just turn it around that way. Right back here, so it doesn't really matter. And actually, no, I want to leave this walkway free. We're going to set it over here. So we'll set it, and our filters are on this side, so that's fine. Yep, we can just set it like here. Hopefully that should give us plenty of room to do this. Just make sure we have, and just grab some of these just to get everything kind of not on the ground. A Shukin in. All right, so unfiltered input. Our input's coming right off of this line. And now hopefully this should work out quite a bit better. There is a console on each side, a slave console, so you should be able to cycle it. All right. And actually, if you would, don't worry about the hydroponics right now. We have way too many potatoes. I mean, we can't even eat the ones we have. If you would, gather nickel. Just don't smelt it yet because... Oh, actually, you could smelt it because, yeah, the waste system is hooked back up. But we have a desperate need of nickel. You can't mine. Why can't you mine? We don't need that there. Yep. And then we're going to tie this. Is our output. Which is kind of a long line to do this, but it'll work. Okay. Then our output. Yeah, it's the same thing either way. Really. I mean, well, I guess if we came down this way, it'd be a little bit shorter, but okay. Now our output, and then I gotta figure out where we're gonna put the valve. Yeah, if you want to go grab nickel, we really need nickel for. We have no food on us. We have. Actually, I think we have a few. It should. I mean, I'm screwing with plumbing right now. I've just made a whole bunch of steel. We should have a whole bunch in the machines. At least I'm pretty sure we do. Did that actually get... Oh, look. It actually got down to temperature. For some reason, I think that's off. It's supposed to get to... Oh, it's not. Okay. Yeah, it's almost. So it gets to 30, and it'll shut that valve off. And then it'll open the one up inside, which we did pull a lot of stuff out. So, all right. We got to go find... And since we're here, I know, and I'm starving. I'm actually on my way to get potatoes. You can go, we should in the stackers. If you go out to the stackers at the end, if you go find the nickel sorter, which I think is like the 4th one, you can pull what's off in there. But that's like literally pretty much, unless there's some in some of the machines, that's all the nickel that we have. Ah, I was thinking that we had some of these. Good, that freed up some inventory spots. And we're not starving, so. But don't dupe it. Do it the right way. We don't take advantage of glitches. There is a world full of resources. There's no point. And we already have the mod. I mean, if you go mine it, it's going to give you 50. Okay. So, oh, we actually need that valve. And we don't need the other 4 valves on us. All right. So, output, input. So, yeah, we want a valve there so we can shut off the input. And then we want to cross-link. Oh, you know what? We could actually do the valves right side by side. That would be kind of convenient. Because obviously we need a way to bring this back in without... Could we actually just do this with one valve? We might be able to. That's how we had it set up before. Well, no, I don't like that. See, that's the problem. And we're going to run into kind of the same issue because we came from the other side. Is we have to have somewhere for the waste to go. Because usually this ties off as well. And we need to break it. So I think maybe what we're going to want to do is if we have that valve, that's normally going to be open. Okay, we have 3.5K in copper, we have 3K in gold, we have a K in silver, and we have 2.5K in lead. We have almost no regular iron left, except for maybe like about a K, and we have 400 nickel. So comparably speaking, yes, we are at a nickel. And when I make Invar, I'm going to use a stack of 500 nickel to make one stack, because we'll make 1,000 Invar at once. Oh, there you go. You know, when that happens to Mr. Montuk, he explodes. So be careful. And all of a sudden the torches are lit up. All right, so what I'm thinking is we're going to run this line down because we don't want to shut that off that close. That's not going to work. Oh, actually, you know what we could do? Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's see if this will work. Because normally we want this to recirculate, but we can actually just come back to like here. It just needs to dump back into the system because they're in parallel. You know what? Clear. Yes, and we'll do like that. Like that. So there'll be recirculation. Now, yeah, but you were blowing out by the solar panels. That was nowhere near there was never a furnace anywhere near that. That's still not going to work, is it? Because we need to not. I think I really did need to come from the other side. Because we need this to loop. We need our filtered to loop back into. Oh, well, I guess we could dump it in through the unfiltered. That's fine. We don't have to dump it in through the input. We just need to be able to shut off so we don't. Let's just do it this way. I think this will work. Until I figure out it doesn't. Okay. And then, yeah. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Oh, actually, I probably didn't need to actually. Yeah. I only need a T section there. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll actually pull this one. No. We want this to recirculate into. No, see, that's not going to work. We can't shut off the. We can't shut off the. Why am I having so much trouble on this one? We can't shut off the. I think we do need a valve here. So we need a valve there so we can shut. Well, right now that's going to contaminate everything, so we don't want that. But if we have a valve there, let's go grab a valve somewhere. Oh, really? It could be. Maybe they've added, maybe you get refraction from the solar panels, you know, and maybe the glare off of the solar panels. Okay, so we kind of want that because we want this to pull back through the system to get filtered. But we don't want. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I still think I need to come up from the other side. I think that's what's screwing it up. Is it doesn't really work from the one side. And this is the same thing. Actually, yeah, this is kind of the same setup we had over there. We just got more space. I swear that looks like a canister sitting there. But because we're going to come through, this is our filtration. And normal mode would be, yes, like this. So filtration is going to come through. Pollution is going to get dumped in. It's going to go around, get in, put into the tank. And the question is if we turn off our normal intake, that is not connecting in. So that's not. Oh, you know what? Oh, maybe. Oh, I think it will work. Before I forget it. Hang on. I think I've just got the valve in the wrong spot. So if that comes through, we need to tie that in. Oh, geez, now I forgot it again. Comes through. That comes down. Yeah, see, it needs to come into the intake, not. But what I was thinking was, if we actually, no, we can't cut the filter. I keep trying to do that. I can't cut the filtration line. All right, I think we're just going to run it the other way. So there's output. But when we go into recirculate mode, basically, we need that line to be connected to that line, which I could go underneath and do it that way. I mean, that would work. I'm trying not to run the line underneath. So maybe, and it needs to be over to this one. So maybe what we'll do is, oh, actually that's not even going to let us run the line. So we could run, why? What did you find? What do you mean the power readouts broke? We have no power readouts out there. Run. All right, I'm going to set this back the way it should be. We still need that, but I don't think it... Yeah, it's running through heavy line. .7 is our draw. Yeah, in the base. Yeah, that's our current draw on the base, not what's being produced. Yeah, that's how much we're actually using. Yeah, that's current use. Yeah, I'm not monitoring how much we're actually producing. All right. Well, let's get this friggin' straightened out. I'm pretty sure I need to run this from the other side. Oh, and I'm pretty sure the pipe network just crashed. No, access controller. Yeah, pipe network just crashed. That's all right. I'm not liking this setup right now, so we're just going to run it down the other side, which I kind of probably really should have done from the beginning. I had a 50-50 chance. I mean, I could have run it underneath the floor, but I don't really want to do that. Yeah, atmospherics just crashed. Or at least the pipe network crashed, it looks like. No, 48 minutes of power remaining. That's not fully charged. Oh, really? You're not going to let me... Oh, son of a... Really? Really? That's all right. I can move that line down. It's only the... Yes, it's 100% power. We have 40... If at our current draw, that will last us 48 minutes. It's telling us how much power we have remaining in time. So when the base is fully charged, if we're running at our current draw, the power will last us 48 minutes if every solar panel breaks. And it doesn't count the backup generator. The bubbles? Yes, yes, I did. I've commented on that on one of the Oh, that's right. Atmospherics broke. I can't weld. Oh. Ah. Well, at least I can't contaminate anything. And watch it. The torch will now be on in my pocket when I start up the game again. All right. So let's get this mess. You were mining, hit a rock, and then you blew up. And why are we missing we're missing a steel sheet. Ah, there. Oh. Oh, geez, I pulled up quite a few of those. I'm not actually going to want them over there. Let's put them over here for now. Maybe it's a hydrogen bubble. I don't know. Because yeah, I was seeing them out front in the base and I commented on it. Because over here, like where this car container was, I kept seeing them where the food container was over here. And I commented on it a few episodes ago because I thought it was some type of like just artifact, you know, in the graphics. But maybe there's a hydrogen pocket buried underneath there. I don't know. That's why I was trying to find out if the hydrogen geysers are actually in the game or not yet. Yeah, so maybe that's a sign that there's a buried one. Okay. I might not want to do this way, but we're going to try and see. Because, you know, we've been fighting with... yeah, I'm wondering if maybe there's a hydrogen pocket buried underneath there, or geysers. But like I said, I don't know if they're actually in the game or not yet. And maybe it could just be some weird thing with the atmospherics. Okay, so there's our input, there's our filtering, there's our output. I still got to run that wire down. Actually, we'll go, we don't need to do that yet. So, we want our filter to be fine. We want to break here to be able to recirculate. Oh, and we got an autosave. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder that, or I wonder if they just get some. If maybe we get random. Well, it happens a lot over there, so I have a feeling that maybe there's a geyser buried under. I don't know. I always kind of thought that the geysers, if they were going to be in, they just kind of spawned on the surface. But who knows? Maybe they don't. All right. So there's our normal mode of operation. So filter, input, filtered, and then basically recirculate out into the system. Now, we want to pull a line off of here. You know what? Maybe we'll pull off on this side. I'm going to pull a line off. Where do we want to pull a line off? Let me see. We need to do our isolation because we don't want to get our contamination. So basically, we want to be able to shut that off. But see, there's the problem is if that's shut off, no, we do want to do that. Yes, we do want to do that because we're not going to be dumping a ton of stuff out of the system. So I don't like that that's such a short section because if we do pull a lot of stuff out, we can blow that pipe if it's a ton of stuff. That's the thing I don't like, and I'm trying to avoid, which is not helping very much. So I think we should just be able to take our filtered, unless, no, that won't work. I was going to say, unless, because we should be able to add, if that's closed, we should just be able to take our inputs. No, that's not going to work. Well, yeah, because it's going to dump it outside of this. It's going to dump it outside of the filter, which is seems kind of weird, but yeah, that's the way it's going to. So our normal mode of operation would be that on, that off. And then our recirculate would be there and there. It just doesn't give us much to backfill. How much do we have to backfill on the other ones? I think with the setup, I think it's a lot more. But I want to avoid the issue. I mean, honestly, once we get it purged, it should be fine. So here, if we shut that one off and we turn that one on, I mean, yeah, I guess it's the same thing. I mean, we're only... No, see, our unfiltered is what's tied back. Yeah, that's what we want to do. I mean, we basically want it between our input and our tank to open up, and we want to shut off our connection between... yeah. Yeah, we want to... Yeah, our unfiltered and our inputs is where we want to have the break in the valve. What do you mean you found the base? So, oh. That's what this is doing, but... Oh, actually, no, it's not. Oh, trying to find nickel, you found the base. Alright. You would think that I have done this enough times that I would not get so confused by it. It just doesn't seem like that's what we're going to want. No, we want it the other side. Oh my god. We want it the other side. We want to break off between... Oh my god. Why am I getting so confused on this tonight? See, this is what I would normally be doing at like 2 a.m. when I should have like stopped streaming like hours ago. Okay. Let's get this hooked back up the way we want it. So our filtered and our unfiltered, that's where we want the recirculation. So, well, no, we want our input here. Oh, yeah, because we want to shut off there. We want to shut off here. But that just doesn't seem... That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right at all. Oh, you know why? Because our main line was tying in over here. That's what's screwing it up. Because, I get it now. I say that, and then I'll be confused in 2 minutes. But it should be this valve, this. Run this down. We basically tied that in too far over. There. There. Break that. Okay. So now, 2 valves. We want a valve here. Right. Ooh, pick those up. We got valves everywhere. Now, did I leave more pipe around? I did. Pipe. And so that, and if we do this, so normally we're going to have that open. What do you mean there's zero charge? Okay, so there's our loop. There's our normal operation. And then what we're going to want to do is, we're going to have room to do that. Yes. So to do our recirculation, we're going to want that. Actually, do we want to come in the other side? Maybe better to come in on the other side. We run here back to our input. And it's going to be the same thing. Yeah, we'll do it on this side. And normally we're going to want a valve. Yeah, we're going to want another valve. We're basically going to want it. That'll work. Okay, so that valve is normally going to be off. So open, run through, and then when we want to circulate, off, on, and it's basically going to pull through, and then any of the remnants is going to be on here, and then once we swip it back, it'll dump it back into the waistline. I don't really like it. It's not that big of an area, but it works. Kind of like how the other one was. Now this, yeah, we can pull right off of this circuit. And then we're going to have to reset up. Yeah, and we can do not a corner, not a junction. We just want a three-way. Nope. And let's get our over there. Okay. And now if we turn our pollution filter on, we have that closed and that open. Oh, atmospherics has crashed. Yes, that's right. Okay. So for now, we're going to turn it back this way because I don't want things to blow up if I turn stuff back on, or once the atmospherics is back on. And we've got to do this real quick. So we're going to pull up that line, tie in there, and then what we're going to do is bring our power down into the ground. We're going with the buried cables. That way when things blow up, they don't get damaged. If I can get my cable turned the right way. Thank you. That's the only thing I don't like is now where you can do that. And it shows it's still available because normally it would show it like is being read because it's like, hey, there's a cable there. You can't put that there. You can actually just keep placing it, but it doesn't actually use a cable. So unless you're actually careful. There. So now that's tied back in, and that should be working. We're good. And now we should be able to run our pipe over. And then we need to change that to a corner. Like that. Okay, there. So filtration, output, come through normal mode, goes into our tank and goes down into our radiator system. We're good. When we need to purge it, we want to do that, but in the opposite order, because then we just dumped everything in there. So yes, normally we want to shut that one off. That's the purge main purge valve, and then the tank purge valve, and then it'll recirculate. Any other excess gases are going to build up in here. I kind of want to make that longer though. I mean, honestly, I could do the shutoff valve back over here. That's fine. Actually, yeah, we'll just do that. That way, that will give us, which honestly our and now if we do this, so normal mode is that off, that on, or yes, on, yes, on, green is on. There we go. So yes, gases come in, go through, filtered, basically our unused waste line, but it can go back out. And then when we want to purge it, off, on, and then it'll just recirculate from the tank. It'll pull everything out and dump it into this section, which should give us enough capacity for under normal circumstances that it's nothing's going to explode. And we'll just have to keep an eye on it because we do have, and I don't know if it's going to read because we don't obviously have the atmospherics. But yes, that was what was in there. Yeah, we've got a bit of oxygen mixed in there. Is the most of it. But yeah, and then we should hopefully get a lot better performance out of our radiator system. So we won't have those other gases in there clunking up the works. Yeah, and I think that will be oh, we got an autosave, and that'll be good because we can get rid of, we can just have the grates going down back to that. We won't have those atmospheric units there anymore. And then that cleans that up a lot because I can come over here to check the radiators and stuff. Where's the circuit that was in there? Okay, yeah, you want to leave that in there. Why do we have tank kits? We don't need tank kits. All right, passive valves. Yep, atmospheric, and then there's the other. And we'll find out where. I mean, those were just for trace amounts to bring in from, you know, the atmosphere. So really, those can kind of go anywhere that's going to tie into either this waistline or this waistline. I mean, if we wanted to, we could probably just stick them right here. And they're just powered on con. And no, we don't want to put them there because this is our gas mix line. They need to be on this side. I mean, we could kind of like just randomly place them here. But I think what we'll do is we'll find a better spot. Maybe we'll add on to the side here. We can just block all this in. And we'll do them there. And maybe what we'll do is we'll snake a pipe out and take advantage of the fact that the longer the pipe network is, the better the, you know, kind of throughput of the vents are. And we can have passive vents down like at that end or something. Maybe we'll do that. But that's not a priority because we don't really need, you know, to be getting all that gas right now. Because we've got plenty of CO2 to run the greenhouse. So not that big of an issue. And I'm just kind of throwing everything in the tank over here. Stuff over here. Now, where did we put all the... Okay. Where did the plastic sheets go? Uh, da-da-da-da-da. Okay. And for some reason, there's random silicone laying out here. Oh, why did you pop out the back? Where's the shoe on the, what is... Dropped it in there. I should have dropped the silicone in there too. Yeah. Why am I missing a shoot section here? Yeah, that should definitely be on there. All right, so wait, what is it with ammo boxes? Why do people even make those? Anyway, we need to close that back up. I think that was the only one that was open. I'm going to try not to fall in this hole for the third time. Okay. Yes, that is good. And we have ones we can put the grates in. And then I'll have to wait until I reload the session. All right, where? Did you pick up the floor grates and the plastic sheets? I got more plastic sheets, but it will keep the pick and the drill. Oh, 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 don't slam into the wall. It's fine. We'll grab some grates. Yeah, I don't have them in, no. Okay. No, things just randomly disappear. That's fine. And we do got to go set the pollution filter back on the diodes. We can close that one up. We can close that one up. It's funny. I was going to see if his ankles got caught in there. Close that. 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 Yep, just make sure you don't mix oxides and volatiles, or you could end up with a massive explosion. Okay, and then obviously I'll have to weld that. It's not going to run because the atmospheric's crashed. You're not going to get any gas in it. So, yeah, you have to wait until I reload, which we're going to do here in a minute. All right, so there. That horrible mess of an ordeal is over and done with. Obviously, my brain's not working very well today. Oops. Yeah, I don't want to close that. We're going to be recycling ammo boxes. I don't know why we have ammo boxes. There was some in here before. I'm assuming somebody's making them on accident, and I don't know why that's missing. Five. Yeah, we got space in there. Let's get rid of these. They look like little toolboxes. Reminds me of construction components from Space Engineers, when they used to actually, you know, kind of look like that. And I'm glad it's not like Hellion, where, you know, you try to recycle the ammo and it just blows up. All right, so now we should really when atmospherics crashes, I maybe our power network crashed as well. Did the power grid crash? D interesting. Because the solar batteries are not updating, or the station batteries are obviously not updating. Everything is crashing. All right. Which circuit are we looking? Yeah, we're leaving that off. Okay. When it? Wow. Why is it not airing out? Oh, maybe because everything's crashed. It can't see that. It's a brand new machine. There's no way you can see the pollution filter. Just no way. Oh, into filter, into tank, in fil Okay, this is the X tank. Main anal, no, X filter. Oh, I didn't rename it. Shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back through those now because I know that those are not. I should actually wait until the. Well, I should be able to select the. Even if it's not going to update correctly, I should still be able to select them. Yeah, I didn't name this. But this should definitely not be found on the circuit. Because this should be X filter since we just placed it down. There's no way that that circuit is still working. So, and with the way that the station grid is, that would tell me that those have crashed as well. So we've had the energy grid crash and the atmospherics crash. It's the, I believe the energy grid's crashed. Yeah, it has no power. But as you can see, this is telling me that there's nothing down there either. It's showing me that there's no draw on the line. What is... Oh... Batch reader, cable analyzer, generator, yes. Error in line 40. Percentage LED, power LED. Hang on. What did I call it? I gotta find the LED. Oh, no. Percent LED, solid charge. No. Percent LED charge. Ratio. Yeah, that's ratio. Usage. Yeah, and endurance. Okay. That should be tying straight working now. Yes. That's it. It should be updating now. I don't see why the airlock is not showing a draw. So maybe our cable network didn't actually. Well, no. We've also got something funky going on. Well, you can run around outside. There's a hole in the side of the building. Yeah, somebody turned off the APC. So, and somebody turned off the console. Zane, I hope you're not messing with stuff. All right. Well, it'll have to And who ran off with the data disk? Lovely. Okay. Well, let's look out here. Yeah. What? Why do we have tape? Alright, we're going to make a new data disk. I guess somebody ran off with it. Alright. Man, we never did get lights put on outside, too. We still got to do that. Data disk. Come on. There we go. Make one. Thank you. At least they're quick. And I'll get those reset because obviously I love that it's a floppy. I just find that hilarious. Just make it a USB stick. All right. Exterior airlock, interior airlock, exterior vent 1, interior vent 1, sensor. I guess it does fit in with the whole like kind of 80s theme. I don't know why and I know I brought this up in like the last episode, but the whole 80s theme in like space game, I don't know. I mean, is it because people now are, most gamers are old enough that they don't want to see like a 50s theme? Why are we not showing? Why am I only showing one console? That one's actually still. How is that still set? Okay, I'm assuming that's the one that's not. Why am I only seeing one console, though? I sometimes wish it was like Space Engineers, where you could like, turn it on. So console slave. I mean, why do we see another console? Is that okay? There we go. Yeah, that always screws me up on with. Okay, now that one should be set. That one should be set. Yeah, I'm assuming that's the other console. So we should be good, hopefully, to go on this now. Oh yeah, my jetpack's still set at 100%. Oh, you are? Very nice. We need them, but just don't put them in the system right now. All right. Yes. So now the circuits that I've screwed up, let's straighten them out. now that other things are taken care of. So CO2 filter, H2 filter, CO2 diode, H2 diode. Okay, and then that's the one that, okay, so this is filter 1, filter 2. So we have O2, H2, CO2, H2O. So then we should have nitrogen and H2 or N2O. So H2O, nitrogen, and then this should be, after we go through all the wall lights, N2O filter, N diode, N2O diode. Why did everything just shut off? Why do I have power on some ACs and what? That's not very encouraging. We can't have blown a line. We haven't changed anything. I mean, we moved a filter, but it's been there. Alright, anyway, before we do that, 2O filter, X tank. How are we missing? How am I? Yeah, why is it that? I guess I did something to this circuit. That's why you turn the circuits off before you run through the cycles on them. O2 filter, H2 filter, O2 diode, H2 diode. Yeah, it goes around this way. So it should be CO2, H2O down on that end. Yeah. The N filter, the N2O, N filter, N2O. Yep, N diode, N2O diode, and then now this should be, I'm thinking it's because we put this on afterwards, so I probably had that one on, I probably had this one with the pollution on it before, and then really this one should not be used. That one, oh, should not be used. That one should not be used. And we want this to be the X diode, which we're going to have to... Why are you not seeing the... All right. Oh, and it's going to be in some weird spot because it's going to be under filter, unless it's updated. X filter, yeah. So X filter, no device. Now this should be the X. There should be an X tank, or not X tank, X diode slide. There we go. Okay. Now, why does this not have any power? If I have to look for like one, we should not have burned out a line. And the power is coming down from that side. Yeah, it's definitely that circuit. I don't know what would have caused... Oh, unless maybe we clicked... Oh, we may have clicked off the transformer when we were going through. Because it might have been outputting a shut-off. No. They're all on. That's all on. That's all on. Interesting. None of that should matter, but they're all on. Ah, why is that set so low? I think that was it. Somehow, oh, you know what? I bet it output it as a um, as an increment and turned it down. That one's not even connected. I'm not even going to worry about that right now. Those are already turned up. Those are all turned up. Okay. Yep. I think. Yeah, yeah. Now the lights are on. It wasn't outputting enough power. So I probably reset it when I was cycling through the circuit. And then, yeah. Which, I keep forgetting you can use the label writer on those. Anyway, there, it's preset. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and take that battery out of there. Throw it in there. And we're going to throw it in there. Because I don't think we actually need... We've got the lights in the tank room. Hey, Grandolph. You're missing all the excitement. We've had things blow up twice. Things got not correctly set and configured. It was lovely. Oh, 6. Yeah, so it was all kinds of fun. But we did, our atmospherics crashed. I had to completely revamp the filtration for the waste so we could get the purge system set up on it. So all this got moved, and then our atmospherics crashed. So yes, this is a little bit nicer now. And then I spent about half an hour fudging around trying to get the pipes to work and having to move the filter and then trying to figure out how I had to set it back up. I don't know why the line kept blowing up because there shouldn't have been anything in it. And that will probably crash it because half the time when you put a space pack in there, it does. Okay, no, it did good. Yeah, so it's all situated now, thankfully. And once we load up, it should be working fine. I've got this circuit reprogrammed. Oh, you know what? I don't think... Why is this crashing out? The analyzer, the filter, analyzer, the filter, and the diode slide. No device, no device, no device. Oh, you know what? Oh, hang on. Yeah, that might be a little confused. Because we do got to set this to follow tiles. And then honestly, this one we don't care because we don't have a device set up. Confirm. There we go. And now I think, what do we have? We have N and N2O. So we have to do nitrogen and nitrous oxide. Yes, thankfully I actually remember those now. Right, there. Those are set up. Now, where did we do with our... I'm pretty sure both of those filters are shot. Yes, which for now we're going to drop, and then we're going to take... There, be happy. Someday we will use our lifetime supply of... What? Okay, I just had to reset it. I'm surprised it actually did that because... I mean, I guess the machine's going to try to run, but the atmospherics has crashed, so... Okay. Yeah, don't run it through all right at once. the O2 tank. Where did I put the... Why am I losing the circuit? Has the base really gotten that big that I can't remember where I put circuits now? Where did I put the circuits to run the filtration? I mean, AC's on. Oh, no, it is on. Never mind. I forgot. Yeah, we changed it because this does control flicking on and off the filtration as well. Okay, never mind. And just stuff everywhere. All right. Well, we're going to call it good for this episode. Um, we had some explosions. I followed around like I was extremely tired, even though I'm not for some reason. Yeah, I must need to have more coffee today. Um, we've got the purge system running for the oxygen, and the other ones are for the oxygen. I think for the oxygen. Actually, we have it running for the oxygen and the CO2, I think. Yes, so we should be good on all of those now. Okay, so purge is not running for the O2. I think it's just running for, yes, it's running for the CO2. So we should be able to purge out. Yeah, see, this is what I was saying. The unfiltered is still tying back into the system. That's what I don't like about the pollution one, is it's locked out. It's not tying into the main line. So, and that was what was bothering me about it and what kept screwing me up with the setup. Because it should be still running back. So it's really the intake is what we're separating out. So I still need to kind of straighten that out because that's... So look, I screwed around with it for how long, and I still didn't get it right. Which is not normally the case for me, but yeah, for some reason today, this is just throwing me for a loop. Yeah, it's just the way the setup. Is it gold bars or is it where? That's not really stuck. That's under the floor. It's been there for quite a while. But don't run any more nickel through because the nickel stacker is locked up. And you will back up and mess up the sorter if it stays like that. Yeah, that one's been glitchy down there. It fell under, it's underneath the conveyor tube. It's just, they do that. So, and it looks like we're all set on the rest of the ores, thankfully. So, hopefully the restart will fix that. If not, then I'll have to pull that stacker back up. But at least the stackers are very easy. We don't have to reprogram the computer, so that's awesome. But, all right, so we're going to end this episode here. I'm going to save. I'm going to save it in a new spot just because, things can go horribly wrong when the atmospherics suddenly starts working. Yeah, we're going to have to go test out around the... I don't know. I went out there and I wasn't detecting anything, but I have a feeling it's like hydrogen pockets. So we'll have to figure that out on the solars. All right. No, we just had a save too. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to debate if we're going to come back to Stationeers or not, though. Because we do have Panthropy and a couple other things that I did just pick up that maybe I will do a stream on. Genesis Alpha 1, Panthropy, and then we have the new Subnautica as well. And then we have also, and then there is the survival overhaul for Space Engineers. But I mean, we did a first look at it on the last playtest, and they've just really done some like balancing issues. So I think I'm going to kind of hold off on that. I mean, it's they haven't added any like new blocks besides what was added in the last play test. So I haven't tried it. I have it, but I haven't even loaded it up yet. The same thing with Panthropy. I have that. I haven't even loaded it up yet as well. I was thinking about jumping into Panthropy um, or the Below Zero, but obviously there's people like IGP that's doing Below Zero. Um, so I just haven't really decided yet on what we're gonna do. I mean, I'm liking the Stationeers, but now we're up to like episode, we're almost hit 50 episodes straight on Stationeers, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but um, we're making plenty of progress, except for when I completely fudge up like pipes. Um, yeah, so I don't know, and it's 6 o'clock my time, so I'm at least gonna do probably another 3, 4 streams today. Um, and I was thinking about popping into something else, so maybe we'll pop into Panthropy. Ah, nice suit there, or Below Zero, or Genesis Alpha One. I haven't decided, so I think maybe we'll drop into Panthropy. We'll do it. We'll do a stream on that and see how that goes. And like I said, I haven't even loaded it up, so but it'll be something a little bit different. Um, and kind of check out some of the other. I like to take the weekend to do that with a couple of the other games um, that we have. I was gonna do Memory of Mars too, but I'm not positive. I don't want to flex. What about flex? So yeah, we'll have to figure that out. But I don't know if he's still typing or not. But we do need to do some mining runs and get some ores and stuff in here too. So, oh yeah, yeah. We probably don't need a ton of it. I mean, if you grabbed a couple of bags full, then we're probably good for now. I would think. I mean, really, we just need it for Invar. Oh, and the flashlight's not hooked up. That's right. I forgot. I disconnected that to do the when we were testing the lights to see. Yeah, Dufel belts will probably last us for a little while. Yeah, that's why. Because when I was testing the lights, it was just like you can't shut it off, which is fine. I mean, it's got a purpose. Actually, is it set to flush? It is. Okay. Yeah. Oh, what's our radiators at doing at anyway? 5.5. It's kind of colder than we want. But yes, the radiator is shut off. Why is the gas mixer running? Oh, because the atmospherics are broke. That's right. Yeah, so that should kick off anyway. Um, that's not right. The ACs should not be running still. They should have. Oh, probably because the atmospherics. It's probably not reading it. All right, so they should shut off when we come back in. But they're not actually doing anything because the atmospherics is broke anyway. All right. Anyway, we'll go ahead and call this episode good for about an hour. Yeah, I know. It's because you're not going to suffocate. The atmospherics is broke. Um, yeah, we'll call it good for this. I'm probably going to eat dinner real quick, and then I'll come back to the next stream, and I'll figure out what we're going to do. I don't know. We might even come back into Stationeers. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, with the way that the pipes are kind of buggy, I'm tempted now. Seems like to be a good time to go do something else for a little bit, because that's basically what we have to work on now is pipe networks for the most part. So, unless we want to go do like cladding on the base or something, which is not really that exciting. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be back. Like I said, I'll eat dinner. I'll be back about half an hour or so, and we'll probably jump into something different maybe try a couple of the different games for each stream and then see what people are kind of interested in. But all right, I'll see you guys then.